Hello everyone, I'm Irene, you're watching Perpetually Paperback, and today I'm going to be doing a book review on Camila Sten's The Lost Village. The Lost Village is a recently released Swedish thriller. In the story, we have a dual storyline, present and in the past. We get letters written through one of the family members. We follow Alice, but I heard part of the audio and they said it Alice. So we're gonna go with Alice because that's what we're going with. Anyway, so Alice and a team of 5 of her friends who have basically invested into this like Kickstarter documentary want to make a basically documentary about this town named Silverstjärn. And it's in like a very remote part of Sweden that it was very difficult to access. It was actually a thriving mining town at one point, but the mine closed and the town famously is known because everyone in the town pretty much disappeared overnight with no trace. People have no idea what happened to anyone there. The only thing that was found was a baby. So the baby was then taken in and lived in normal times with no remnants of what happened. So this is a great documentary. It's told in kind of a Blair Witch Project sort of vibe. So we're getting the things that are, the weird things that are taking place in the town as all the kids go and sort of start scoping it out. Things are happening really quickly. The storyline really progresses really quickly, I would say. As we start to get into the village, we're getting glimpses and flashbacks of what basically led to the demise of the town. And it's not at all what I thought it was gonna be. I expected very Blair Witch project-y vibes in this story. And what I mean by that is I kind of expected like a first-hand account of even paranormal things going on. I was pleasantly surprised with what we got and the compelling, like the storyline that was taking place before. So we're following in that time, we're getting Ida and Ida's mother basically, who then takes over the narrative on that end in the past. So Ida is writing to her sister, who is the pregnant one. It's actually Alice's grandmother, who's in Stockholm at the time because she's pregnant with preeclampsia, so she can't actually leave to go visit her family or anything like that. So Ida is writing to her, and as the mine is closing, obviously we're starting to get struggles in the town. Because of this, the priest is somewhat of a drunk, so they end up sending another one. This other one is gallant, attractive, and all kinds of problems. So he starts to begin stirring the village up in this religious fervor, which was entirely unexpected. So as we're starting to get things that are weirdly taking place, we're getting the religious fervor on the other end. And just in the town, Alice and her friends start to get very scared. They see visions, they maybe see people, they hear weird cackling, and then things pretty much start to go downhill from there. I don't want to ruin it, so no spoilers. I'm going to stop there. All I'm going to say is that for me, the thing that kept me reading was wanting to find out what happened to all the people in the town. I really liked the ending. I didn't see it coming, even though a lot of people would probably maybe disagree. I think people might disagree with me to some extent because I don't want to say anything to give it away, but I thought it was somewhat logical. Not in a bad way. I liked how it ended all the way around. I liked how the present storyline ended. I thought it was really cool in certain ways. This one definitely has some trigger warnings because of some of the content in it, so definitely check those out. I really recommend if you're sensitive about anything. There's something that, at one point there's a character that is treated very poorly. And that's the character that I think people are gonna have issues with in this book. I personally did not. I enjoyed it all the way through. I think it made for a very compelling story without being exploitative. If this is a book you'll read, let's talk about that point with Brigitte. She is somewhat like a sister to Ida, but she's also one of the main components that is driving the climax that ends up taking place in the village in the past tense. All in all, though, I really enjoyed this story. For me, this was at least a 4-star thriller. It kept me hooked all the way through, and at some point I just couldn't put it down. I had to find out what was happening to both the people in the village at that time. I was seriously compelled with both storylines. I really liked them all the way through, and I liked how ultimately it came together. So for me, this was definitely one I recommend, definitely one you should check out. This is The Lost Village by Camila Sten. Let me know what you think. If this is one that you check out, I highly recommend you do so. I'd love to talk about it with you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.